My name is Diane Klein, and I'm 83 years old. I'm a Detroiter by birth, and I have lived my whole life in Detroit. My core is from a Jewish heritage. I remember more than anything else just family seders, and it was a wonderful way to celebrate the holiday. My mother got together with many of her friends, and they started the Jewish Parents Institute at the Jewish Center. I think a lot of my love of what I've been doing all these years since has been because of that framework. I was lucky enough to go to the University of Michigan. I always wanted to be a teacher. I loved kids. I was a counselor at what was Fresh Air Camp. And then I signed a contract to work in the city of Detroit. And that was an awakening for me. That's where I really learned to be a teacher. Emery and I married in 1967. We had a beautiful marriage, and he told me that he survived Auschwitz as a teenager. At the darkest time, he promised himself that if he survived, he would spend his life doing good for people and the Jewish community. And I think because of that, we were asked to go on a mission to Israel. It was in 1977, but it started me on a path that has continued to this day and has really guided my life. So I decided that I was going to be a volunteer, a professional volunteer, and treat it with every bit of seriousness had I been working as a teacher. In 1983, I found myself as president of what was called then the Greater Detroit Chapter of Hadassah. There were 7,000 members. Then I was also, in the late 90s, president of the Women's Philanthropy of Detroit. That was an important part of my life. My kids went to Tamarack. My grandchildren started Tamarack and went all the way through to Alaska trips and were counselors. It was my pleasure to be on the board for probably a dozen years and to be an officer. I think every Jewish kid should have an opportunity to go through a Jewish camping experience. After Emery died, I never expected to be close to anyone again. And then I met Jeffrey Maisels, and we've been together for 11 years. It has been a wonderful new part of my life. I have a wonderful family that I'm so proud of. I'm just love the way they've turned out and love the way they treat each other. My grandchildren are delightful human beings. I cherish the time I spend with them, and I look to them for carrying on my legacy. You only have one lifetime, and I think you have to use it wisely. I'm proud that I did my part.